Let's take a look at another commonly used Excel function. This time, we are going to be working with average. As you can imagine, the average function calculates the arithmetic mean, or average, of numbers provided as arguments. It can include numbers, cell references, ranges, arrays, and constants. The syntax is similar to the previous ones we've seen before. As we know, we start with equal. Then, the function we want to perform, in this case, average. Then, at least one required argument within parentheses. Additional requirements are also placed within the parentheses, but separated from the required one with a comma. A typical way to use average is to provide a range. Let's use the marketing budget to work an example. Normally, if I wanted to get the average spent for, let's say, print ads for the whole year, I will grab a calculator and add the totals for each quarter. 1,200 plus 850 plus 850 plus 1,200, and divide them by 4, as we're working with quarters. That's it, simple. But there's already quite some math involved. Then picture having to do it for all the expenses in a longer worksheet. See, that's the good thing about Excel providing us with the average function, where all we need to do is to identify the cell range we need to average. So, let's select H3 and type average as the column header. We're trying to calculate the average quarterly spent for each marketing expense during the year. This time, we'll use the typing option to find the function, but instead of typing in the cell, we'll do it in the formula bar. The process is the same. I just want to show you all the ways you can find functions and edit your cells. Okay, so let's select H4 and click in the formula bar. Start by typing equal, then the function name average, and notice how Excel shows me available options while I'm typing. So I select average from the list, and then just click and drag and press enter to get the result. Okay. Now we know that the average spent for print ads is $1,025. Let's replicate this formula to the other expenses. Instead of dragging the fill handle, this time I'm just going to double click. There you go. We have all the expenses averaged now. Great. Now, one very important note. Make sure not to leave empty cells in a range when you are doing average. The reason is that the average function automatically skips text values and empty cells. However, 0 values are included. In our example, these apparent empty cells are actually zeros. If we click in the cell, you can see in the formula bar that there's a 0 inside. The currency format we are using here displays zeros as dashed lines. Okay. As you can see, the basic average function is simple to implement and very powerful. Now, one last tip. One quick method to get an average and sum without a function or formula is by selecting the cells you want and just look at the status bar. It will show you the average and sum of your selected cell range. So that's all for the basics of how to use the average function in Excel. I encourage you to follow up these sessions and use the practice workbooks that are included in the course. Many times we think that we'll easily remember something we learn, but with tools like Excel, it's until we try to apply it that we realize we didn't fully understand it or we forgot some of these steps. So thanks for your attention, and I'll see you in the next lesson.